Welcome to our second episode of our mini-series of Daring December. We have Devna Parikh, who is a career counselor and a teen coach, Amrit Pal, who is a corporate coach, and Deepa Agarwal, who is a child skills expert and an educator. We have these amazing, brilliant people who are going to speak on the topic and guide us on stress and suicide that is so common between teenagers and young adults. In this stressful life, let's see how, as parents, we can help them at a very early age as well, how we can communicate with them or highlight these issues and reduce or bring in preventive measures for the same. Devna, you being a teen coach, would you like to highlight the rising problems in teens leading them to suicide?
Certainly, Sakshi. Thank you everyone for watching us for the second episode. It's really overwhelming because our first episode got brilliant response, and this gave us a thought of coming up with various other topics which are very daring and challenging. Just like our first podcast was on substance abuse, and the second one is on stress and suicide. So, as a teen coach, first of all, I will try to tell all the parents that you identify the kind of stress, the intensity of stress. Sometimes we as parents are using this word so often that I am stressed, my maid did not come. I am stressed, the driver has not come. I am stressed, my particular food item was not available at the grocery shop. Like for silly things, we are using this term stress. Children are picking up. So you have to understand whether our child is also making usage of this word on a lighter note and make sure that they avoid it. And how will they avoid it when we stop using it? So let's not use this word often when it is not even required. The second type children are those children who are genuinely stressed. Some children I have known just one day before exam, they feel like throwing up. They are vomiting, they are puking, there is anxiety, they are feeling low. Just before they step out of the house, they feel, oh, I've forgotten everything. I won't be able to perform during my exam. Pacify such children. Make them cool. Give them right kind of beverages. Tell them to take some deep breath. I know it is all very easy to say, very difficult to put it practically, but let's try working on it because generally children are stressed. So we have to work towards it. Now, there are third category children who are just exaggerating. They are not stressed for silly things, they are exaggerating. Oh, mom, you're not taking me for such movie. It's such a fantastic movie. All my friends have gone. Mom, you're not allowing me for a late night party. All my friends are going. You're stressing me. Now, this is called exaggeration. So, identify in your children whether it's a mild stress, whether it's a genuine stress, or it's an exaggerated stress. As a parent, once you understand this, you will come to know how you have to deal with it. If it is a mild stress, you yourself stop using this word. If it's a genuine stress, work towards it. Make sure that the child is prepared for exam well in advance. And right kind of food consumption and sleep is given to the child before exam. The third category, the exaggerated one, ignore it. Try to make them understand that they cannot stress for such luxury products, for affluent life, for extra luxury brands. And in that case, we can also counselor if you feel it is out of your hand to control everything. So frankly, if you see some symptoms in children where they are withdrawing themselves from public life, they are in one corner, they are behaving introvert, they look depressed, because you understand these things pile up and then they get suicidal thoughts. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम हमारे बच्चों की ऑटो ट्यूनिंग बचपन से ऐसे कर लेते हैं कि दे आर जस्ट हियरिंग अ यस फॉर एवरीथिंग. मॉम आई वांट दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग, यस बेटा टेक इट. आई वांट यू टू बाय दिस, यस बेटा टेक इट. सो यस 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 करके वो नो सुनना बंद कर देते हैं. So in long run, in future, when they are getting scolding, when they are getting rejections, either from friends or from a boyfriend or from a girlfriend, they are feeling stressed, they are feeling depressed. If they're getting rejections from colleges, if they're getting rejection from universities, they are feeling stressed. That stress, when builds up multiple times, leads to depression. And that depression, when builds up multiple times, leads to suicidal thoughts. And there are a lot of children who are committing suicide as young as 16, 17, 18. Why? Because they did not get in their dream college, because they did not get in one of the IITs. Please, parents, understand that is not end of the world. You are auto-tuning your child that this college if you get, your life is set. आप successful हो जाएंगे. और जब वो college में admission नहीं मिल रहा है, child is getting distressed. So don't do a wrong auto-tuning of children. I fail to understand how a 16, 17, 18-year kid feels that my life is finished if I don't get in particular A college. How my life is finished if I approached a girl and she refused it to me. If I approached a boy, he refused to me. How can your life finish at such tender age? You still have a long life. You have lot of opportunities. You will meet lot of people. And you never know if there is a good compatibility. You might click with someone. You will have a nice partner in your life and you will land up marrying that person only. Move ahead with positive thoughts. You will have a positive workplace. You will have a positive family life if you take right decisions at right time. So make sure that children don't pile up their sadness. They don't pile up from all the problems in their life, and then they keep on getting such kind of thoughts. I will just give you an incident. There was this boy, acquaintance. He was a Sardarji. So he had a long hair. Suddenly he had an interest of looking like a girl. And he was getting inclined and interested towards boys. In fact, in college also, he was wearing skirts and he was dressing up like a girl. The college objected, but he was still not listening. So maybe he started getting attraction towards the same gender. He, being a boy, was getting attracted towards a boy and started dressing up like a girl. And just few months back, he committed suicide from his building itself. So understand, we don't know where the problem was there and how it was not solved, that it compelled him to take such severe step. This is also getting very common, the gay culture, the lesbian culture in our country. Talk out with children. Just make them understand the pros and cons. I know many countries have accepted it legally also. As parents, we would not want such thing to happen with our children. So let's take a right path by consulting a right counselor, taking right kind of sessions, and imbibing right thing in our young adults' mind. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much, Devna. I think this is the need of the hour. And it's for all age groups. We do say that it's more relevant in teenagers, but we even see a little more younger people or, at the age of 20, 25 young adults taking these kind of drastic steps. Amrit, would you like to highlight something? How would you approach them, or how can we as parents help them?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Sakshi. Hello, everyone. So I would like to take this discussion further from the points where Devna has stopped. One thing which she said that kid might be exaggerating about that I am stressed. There are some telltale signs which parent can pick up. Number one, changing sleeping patterns. A kid getting up with tears in their eyes. This is a telltale sign that yes, kid is really stressed and he needs some support. Not just some support, they have reached a point where they are unable to express themselves. Then unexplained weight loss. This is also a telltale sign that yes, genuinely this kid is in depression. And all of a sudden, social withdrawal. Yesterday, they were very happy to play games. Today, they don't want to get out of their room. There is something. Don't judge them. Please be there with them. Try to get their viewpoint where they are stuck. What's bothering them? All they need is a pat on their back and someone who's genuinely interested in them so that they don't feel that, yes, life is ending. Life will not end if they know that someone will really get hurt if they are not there. And that can come only from the parents. That is the number one thing, that we should know what are the actual signs of depression and where the kid is trying to manipulate our emotions. That's very, very important. Another thing which point Devna has come up with, the gender identity crisis. This is very important topic, and this is a reason for multiple, not just suicides, but identity crisis is real and was real. But the only difference is that today identity crisis has come in the open. And as a parent, no parent would like that their child should have this kind of crisis. But if at all it is there, please, humble request, be there for them, because they are dealing more emotionally than you. You are only dealing with, okay, what my society will say, my friend will say, or my cousins will say, तेरा बच्चा लड़के से लड़की बन गया या लड़की लड़के से लड़का शो कर रही है. It's very, very difficult. उनका emotional crisis है, they are unable to understand their emotions. Why I am a man, but I still want to be a girl. Why I want to wear makeup and why I want to wear these short skirts. They are unable to understand these things. So as a parent, when they are growing, see, every kid from this teenage to the adulthood, this is a very difficult time. We have also gone through it, and we were also sometimes too much into our body when we keep on watching ourselves in mirrors for hours. That's very natural. But identity crisis is something which is killing the child inside, and no one is understanding, not even parents. So that is the time when you have to take a stand for your child. Go to a counselor, go to a doctor, take them along, be there. Being a parent, it is not that तुम्हें सब कुछ अच्छा अच्छा अपने बच्चे का अच्छा लगता है, अगर कुछ भी छोटा सा नेगेटिव हो गया, तो if you are rejecting your child, who else will take care of them? Who will take care? As a parent, we are there to be with them. No matter what, right, wrong, we are there to guide them. That no matter what, we are there for you. It is not about कि तुम अच्छा कर लोगे तो तुम अच्छे हो, अगर कुछ भी कमी आ गई, तुम्हारे मार्क्स कम आए, तुम्हारा ये हुआ, तो we are going to disown you. Today, as a parent, we are putting this kind of stress on the kids. Like Devna clearly said, इस अगर IIT में नहीं हुआ, तो तुम्हारा life set नहीं है. So you have to aim it. Giving aim is one thing, but this is the only option for you is wrong. Your child might not be interested in studies. They might be good at something else. Try to understand, try to cultivate the communication and be there for them. Keep it two-way. Keep them as individuals. I again insist on this. Not taking them as individuals is the major problem. मेरा बच्चा, मेरी बेटी, मेरा बेटा. Come on. How much you were like that when you were growing, when your father or mother said, be my Xerox, मैं ऐसे काम करती हूँ, you don't take it. मैं तो ऐसे ही काम करूंगी और I'll dress up like this, right? This is very natural. When we were growing, that conflict was always there. Why you are not being there for your child? They are also individuals, no? Accept them. If we are not accepting, I mean, this is something no parent would like in their life, that their child commits a suicide, right? But we are so much engrossed in the ambition so that I can tell in the society, मेरा बच्चा ऐसा कर रहा है. Come on, take it easy. And if you really need help, please request, go for counseling. Do not hesitate. It's not a taboo. It will help you as a human being. It will help the child as a human being. And it will help your overall life. That yes, if you are accepting them, society will automatically accept them. That's what I can say.
Thank you, Amrit. It's really a deep, intense truth that you have spoken today. You know, we as parents really need to understand. And with the depth that you have said, I can relate to the smallest of things that we should start accepting of theirs. Forget such a big thing.
Yeah.
And this acceptance can only come when the rest of their life has been accepted by us. So,
Yeah.
you know, वो बोलते ना तिनके से नेस्ट बनता है, जोड़ना है. उसी
True.
तरह थोड़ा थोड़ा एक्सेप्ट करते करते ही हमें आगे बढ़ना है. And very beautifully you've put up, be there for your child. If you are not going to accept your child, nobody else in the world is going to. और किसी एक ने एक्सेप्ट कर भी लिया तो आपका बच्चा तो आपसे छूट ही चुका है। चाहे वो सुसाइड करे या नहीं करे, वो आपके लिए एग्जिस्ट नहीं करेगा।
ट्रू।
So very nicely put up, Amrit. Thank you so much. And again, as we say, it all starts from the base. Somewhere a connecting with the child, connection with the parent really starts the base from their childhood. Deepa, would you like to highlight something on this?
Sure. Actually, I was just controlling my emotions as Devna and Amrit was speaking about it. Every suicide that is being attempted nowadays, majority of the force is from the student. And even in the movies, you can see that the students agree to everything that is put upon them just to avoid telling their names to their parents, or just to avoid the complaining to their parents. So understand what kind of pressure are parent putting on their children. As a parent, I don't want to put that pressure, but indirectly I'm definitely putting it. Just imagine that my or your children just on some fine day says, I want this delicious food by this time, in this state, in this I mean in this taste that I'm imagining in my mind. And that kind of pressure, if they just put on you on one single day, how do you feel? Think that you do not have a help. So that's what we are doing every day in and day out with our children. We are expecting them to be excelling in whatever they are doing. So they are definitely, we have to create that sense of responsibility from the childhood, but it would not give any help if you're just simply pressurizing them. You schedule them. You tell them where they are wasting time. You tell them where they can get help. But you have to tell that everything in this world is just part of life. Parents are part of life. Boyfriend, girlfriend are part of life. Nobody is the full book. There are only pages in your big book that you're carrying in your life. Just you have to get that sense. I have seen a very practical experience in my school in which I was doing as admin. In that school, I saw a competition was running that was called as a variety race. Children who came first, those children were crying. And the parents were asking, why did you not show great difference between the first grader and the first ranker and the second one? And there was a child who just lost the game by became the fourth one, and he was smiling like a flower. And the parents were hugging and kissing them. These parents who, the child who got the first ranker was only getting scolding from their parents that why did you not make it to the mark that I told you? So where are we taking our generation? We are only creating that kind of thing. We have to tell the children that failure is definitely part of learning for your success. Failures are definitely they'll come to your life. You have to accept it. Don't tell them how to only succeed. Also teach them that every failure teaches you something. Appreciate them for what they have been doing. Appreciate their efforts, not what they are, not them as a person. So these all things, if we, as a parent, if we are doing, definitely that kind of bonding will develop in between the parents and the children. I have seen children bleeding from their nose in JEE exams. I've seen people stress out, burn out 100% fully, and they are not able to express themselves. They've stopped coming out of their room. They have stopped talking to their parents. They lock themselves into the bathrooms. They don't want to talk to anybody. Who is creating that kind of situation? I think definitely as a parent, we have to become their friends after a certain age. There are 4 stages in every child's life. First, you will guide them. What is good, what is wrong. After they are 7 years old, you will only put them into good coaching, wherein they are learning not only from you, but also from the world. Once they are like 20, so between 16 to 20, that's when you have to become their truest friends. You have to be understanding them. Let them open up completely. Give them hope. HOPE. Hearing. A proper hearing. O, open mind. Don't judge them for everything. P, don't create perceptions about them. Instead, persistently behave like their friends. And then E, emotionally get greater bonding with your children. I think this is what today's generation needs. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deepa. This was really amazing with each clarity of the word hope and how parents at every stage of their life have to be associated with their children. It's amazingly put up. And I think, when stress and suicide, we are discussing on serious matters like this, it really highlights a lot of things in short. This podcast is too small to discuss such a heavy topic. And, me as a happiness coach, I would also highlight what Deepa said, that I had my daughter's friend who used to come, she scored 297 out of 300 in a mental math paper, and her mother was very proud of her. But at the same time, her grandmother used to say, "Where did you lose your 3 marks?" Now, in this battle between the mother-in-law and the mother, the two of them, the child became so lost that one day she quit giving exams. It's okay, it doesn't matter. I do not want to give. Now, maybe the mother was understanding what is happening, and sometimes things just lose out of hand. So just learn to appreciate the smallest of things. When we say practice gratitude in life, even these are the smallest things we need to start, showing up with kids. Be grateful you've scored 295. Be grateful you scored 200. You're much better than even others. It's perfectly fine. You've tried it. I'm happy. I'm proud of you. You took that action. So at every stage, if we teach them gratification also, it really helps them in their journey. Also, when we are talking about stress, wanted to add a small incident which happened a few days back. So we had organized this aerial class for teenagers. And in aerial, they say that if you're sitting or lying down on that fabric, it will become still if you are calm within. So it will automatically stop. It all depends on your breathing. Okay. And there was this girl, she heard this conversation. She said, my fabric though is going to move continuously. And I'm like, why? No, we are always stressed only now. So I said, what is the stress? Why are you so stressed? Like, if parents are not going to allow us to go for parties and all, then where do we remove the stress? But I said, where is the stress coming from? Removing is one thing. But at the age of 13, 14, what is the stress that I are carrying? And they are enjoying. It's not like it was a very flow of topic that went on. But I was surprised at how kids are bringing up such kind of language in their daily pass-on conversations at a class which is so enjoyable. But they had that thing in their mind that we are stressful. We also need places to outburst our stress. Now, for them, it is a different place. For parents, it's a very different scenario altogether. Yes, it's a lot of gap where we need to understand them. How do we bridge that? We'll again come up with some podcasts soon on how to communicate with our teenagers as well. But yes, thank you, Devna. Thank you, Amrit. Thank you, Deepa, for this insightful conversation. And stay tuned for our next one on bullying and peer pressure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.